Today's August the 17th, and I have Missy and Brent Mathews. Missy has been at the courthouse working for the Register of Deeds for 31 years, and I'm going to see just how far back she goes and see if she remembers Raymond, Odell. It's going to be a great conversation. So, boy, it's a nice day, isn't it?
It's a beautiful
What is
day.
it, about 88?
It feels hotter than that.
Well, I love it hot, don't you?
I do.
I love hot weather.
I don't like it cold, for sure.
What'd you do yesterday?
Well, we went out to a pancakes and planes out at the Jetport.
Planes, what's that?
It's at
airplane.
it's at the Jetport. The Civil Air Patrol puts that on.
Oh.
They have it every third Saturday of the month, and they try to raise money for the Civil Air Patrol. So we go out there, once a month and try to eat some pancakes out there with them.
They have it monthly?
Yeah. The third Saturday in the month, each month.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. And then we went to 21 Days of Prayer. We're having that at our church, Crossroads Community Church. Then we stopped by, the farmer's market was having Family Day. So that was fun. We stopped out by there. And then we went junking kind of a little bit, hit some, estate sales. Yeah, we hit some estate sales. So we
Did you
enjoyed
ever go to
something.
Brick and Brack?
Yes.
Boy, I love that place.
Yeah,
don't
Brick
you?
and Brack.
The smell, I just love the smell.
Yeah, and there's another good one that's up there behind the old cinema.
Oh, yeah, Antique Parlor.
Okay, parlor. Yeah.
Which one you like the best?
I like them both. They're different in their own
different.
unique way. Yeah, I think the Antique Parlor, it's more inside and air conditioned kind of, and the Brick Brack's kind of, they raise the door open and.
I think I like that.
Yeah.
A Grit and Grace.
Yeah.
I've been in there a few times,
Yeah.
but it's more regimented. Or
Yeah,
something. I like a little bit of the junk feel.
Yeah, I do too. You never know what you're going to
I've had
find.
that in my blood for a long time. My mom and dad, Linda and Lawrence Mathews, they had the Carousel Mall uptown.
Mm-hmm.
If you remember it.
Carousel Mall.
It used to be in the building that's been tore down next to
Right by Pinnacle.
They tore that building down there uptown, right across from the...
Between the
Well,
city.
I know that. They called it the Carousel.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Yep, that was his mom and dad.
Who was they related to?
Doug Mathews,
Oh, yeah.
Howard Mathews, P-Dad, all them.
Yeah.
Doug Mathews was the pool guy, right?
Yeah.
He is, yeah.
Isn't that Charlie Williams'
Uncle?
uncle?
I think so,
I
yeah.
think so.
Uncle.
Because Charlie worked for him forever.
Yeah.
Yes.
Charlie does his own pools now, right?
Yeah. I don't
so.
know. Does he? Okay.
I guess it was his uncle. I always thought
Actually,
it
I
might
think
have
he's-
been his dad.
Actually, I think
No,
he's
it's
still,
not his dad.
Not
I
his
think
dad.
Stoney's the only boy
him
he's
and
got.
Howard Mathews still work together. I think they still work for Doug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, you got the Withrows on the other side.
Well, in Cleveland, we're
Prospect.
all connected.
Some way.
Are you
Sure.
from Charleston?
I am. I'm from Charleston. I was Charleston Pantherette. Played basketball up there. K through 12th, 91 graduate. Charleston High
What
School.
year did you graduate?
91.
91.
Yep.
So we're close to the same age.
Yep.
Or 5 years or so.
Yeah.
But Charleston, that was probably one of the last years it was a.
I think they were still open for another 8 more years, something of that nature.
Yeah, it was getting
Did you ever
close
know
to it.
David and Derek Pelly?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they were my brother's age. I'm the youngest of 4, so everybody, 8 years above me, I knew a little bit of.
Yeah. What was your maiden name?
Johnson. I'm Philip and Sue Johnson's daughter. Most people know my dad is Peanut Johnson in Charleston.
Well, do you ever eat at Stacy's?
No, I hadn't eaten
Across
there
the
yet.
railroad track?
No, I hadn't
Boy, you
eaten
got to
there.
go eat there. They got the best food.
Okay.
I've heard that.
Have you? Okay.
I mean, it's the best food.
So go across the
Go
railroad
across
tracks?
the railroad. It
Okay.
used to be a barbecue place.
Yes, we eat at the barbecue place.
Yeah.
Well, this is better than the barbecue place.
We'll have to go
I mean,
there for
it's
sure.
good food. Stacy runs it. I don't know his last name. I guess it's Crenshaw or something. But so how did you know the Pellys?
Derek went to school with my brother, Terry Johnson.
Oh, yeah. See, Derek was my age.
Okay, yeah. The one thing I remember about him was his mama was beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
She was beautiful.
Let's see, what was her name? His dad's name was Moon.
Uh-huh.
His mother might have been Peggy.
I don't. I just remember her being so pretty because I was younger.
Wanda.
Wanda?
Wanda was
Okay.
her name. Well, I got a good memory.
Comes around, doesn't it?
It comes around.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Well, Charleston was a good place to grow up, wasn't it?
It was. It was. I mean, everybody knew everybody. I mean, if anything happened at school before I got home, my parents knew about it. The teachers there was absolutely phenomenal. I mean, they really worked with what they had, and they really kept in touch with parents, and if there's any needs that the parents had, they were so good. And we had Norman Dillon as our principal for years, and then KB, Keith Beatty, he came in and filled in somehow. And then once I was gone, Beverly Tipton was there. So, but our teachers were just phenomenal.
Charleston is just in its own little bubble. It's so not odd, but just so unique that they've got their own city council.
Yeah.
They have a city manager.
Yeah.
And
David Lattimore's the mayor.
David Lattimore.
Yeah.
Boy, isn't he a nice guy?
Love him. He used to be a coach at Charleston before he went to Bowater.
Oh.
Yeah, so he was at Charleston for I don't
He's
remember
so
how many years.
friendly.
He's precious. I hug his little belly all the time because he's so tall.
He's about 7 foot tall or 6'9" or
huge.
something.
Yeah.
I always stand away from tall people.
I understand. I should, but I'm a hugger, so.
Just keep a distance.
I keep a distance.
I got you.
I just walk backwards. I don't want to be compared.
I understand.
But he is precious. He's
He
such
really
a nice
tries
man.
to do a good job.
Yeah.
He really
He does.
He's learning, I think, don't you?
Yes.
They seem to be proactive.
Yes, I think he's very proactive, and he loves the community. He's been there all his life, So I mean,
His brother was in Wild River, the movie.
really?
He was the only one that had a speaking voice, a speaking line.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, him and Paul.
Huh.
Paul Crenshaw was in it, but
Okay.
but David's brother was the only one that had a speaking role.
Huh. I'll have to talk to him about that.
Mention that to him. It's his older brother, right?
I have no
I
idea.
think it's his older brother.
I only know David.
So, tell me your connection to the court. When did you go to work for the courthouse?
Odell Swafford hired me in 1994 when I was 21 years old, and I've been there ever since. So I've been through Odell, and I've been through Raymond, and now Dinah's been there for 15 years.
Now, Odell, me and Raymond were good friends.
Yeah.
And Odell was too. But
They're such precious men. I mean, they really teach you about customer service and how to treat people and
it wouldn't
meet
matter
people
what
where they are.
business they were in. would
Don't
it?
matter. Don't matter. Odell tell you, I've been in every house in Bradley County. I've seen it all. And so, that.
And he was a phone man, right?
He was, that's
Yeah.
right.
that
he worked for AT, I
incredible?
think it was AT&T. I think it was AT, Bell South.
Yeah,
Might have been
Bell
Bell
South.
South, something like that.
Just a lineman, basically.
Yeah. And like you said, he'd been in every house in Bradley County. So,
And
such a good
Raymond,
man.
he just wanted to fish, didn't he?
He loves fishing. He loves the Lord and loves fishing. So, I mean, and he's another one. I mean, he'll just meet you where you are and pray with you and, tell you how good the Lord is. And
He's been that way for years.
gets me teared up thinking about it.
Yeah. Good man.
He is.
He's more vocal about it than Odell is
Yes.
on that end. isn't he?
Yes. Yeah. Odell's been gone now for what? You think about 7 years? 6 years?
Close to that, yeah.
Something like that.
I worked for Doug Elrod when I was in about I can't remember, somewhere out of high school. Me and Stanley Thompson.
Oh, yeah. Stanley's great.
And so I would go down. That was when the assessor's office was in the same building. Were you there then?
No.
So it was just down the hall.
Yeah, the assessor hadn't been in there since I've been there.
Well, I guess it had probably left a few years later, but Doug and his wife was there. Doug was a real good politician, and he was as good as Odell.
Really?
I believe he was.
Yeah.
People would come in to talk to him about their taxes, and he had 2 metal chairs, and he would get up from his desk and go sit beside them in those 2 metal
Yeah.
chairs
Yeah.
and look at their taxes.
Yep.
He didn't
Yep.
sit behind them like he was, towering over them.
Right.
He went and sat and put himself on the same level as them.
Yeah.
It was incredible to
Yeah.
watch.
When we have a, you've been in our office, we have a kind of a desk, what's that thing called at the front?
Counter.
We have a counter there at the front, but that's so impersonal to me. I want people to come around, sit with me. I want to see what they have. I want to go over it with them. Customer service is,
Especially in public
it's right up there.
office.
Absolutely.
Now, if you're in business for yourself, you can get away with it. Doesn't matter. They
Yeah.
can come or they can go. But public office, everybody thinks you work for them. They're almost walking in looking for a mistake, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah. But I tell the girls, I'm like, you treat them, everybody that comes through that door, like their family, and because you have to remember that they're the ones who pays your salary. It's not as we're a fee-based office, so they pay your salary. Treat them well.
I mean, do you remember the days when you'd go in there and I mean, I can just picture it now. You'd go in there and there'd be Robert Varnell, Joe Good,
Harlan Painter,
Painter,
John Brown.
John Edgar Brown III. And he'd have his pipe in his back pocket sticking out. Remember that?
Now, I don't remember John having a pipe. There was somebody that did have a pipe. I can't remember John having a pipe. I'll have to think on
John
that.
wore dingo boots.
Yes, and black sunglasses because he had shingles in his eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I like
he's
John
a mess.
Edgar
I
Brown.
did too. He liked me and I liked him.
I
I
went
missed
to
him
him
when he
one
left.
day and I said, John, I got a problem. He said, Dee, I eat lunch between 12 and 1. And he was in Diamond Lil's, and I said, John, you don't understand. I got a real problem. He said, Dee, I eat lunch from 12 to 1. I said, but John, this is a problem. He said, I'm telling you for the last time, I ate lunch from 12 to 1. So I just sat down and ordered lunch and ate. After it's over, he solved the problem.
Yep, there you go.
That was
Yep.
John Brown.
Oh, yeah.
I always liked him.
I did too.
What was it about made him so likable?
Because he was just calm. He just told you like it was. And if he liked you, he liked you. That's what I liked about him. He'd just tell you like it was. And that's what I like. I want the truth. Give me
You
the
felt
truth.
like John liked you, didn't you? That's what I
Oh,
always felt
yeah,
like.
yeah.
But remember how they'd turn those books?
We still have those big books.
They go,
Yeah. We're on computer now,
I don't
but we
even know
still
what they're
have the
looking
books.
at.
They're looking after names. In every one of those, in the front of those books, or in those books, there's names in alphabetical order and when they was recorded. So they're looking, they are in M's for Matthews. They're looking under MA for Matthews. And then over to the side, you have the first names. There's 3 categories, from the alphabetical order. And so they're looking in the middle for Melissa Matthews all the way down to see if they can see a Melissa Matthews. If so, then over here on the other side, or right down from it, is a book and page of where that document is located. And so they write that down, go to wherever the book is, and open it up, and there's their document that they're looking for.
Boy, that's so complicated.
We've come a long
That's
way.
title searching.
That's title searching.
It is,
That's
yeah.
it. That's what it is. Yeah, but I miss all of them being around. When we went on computer on December 16th of 98, it just kind of gradually took all of them away from us. We would go in, we'd have 25, 30 people just standing around searching titles or just shooting a breeze with Odell and Raymond. And we had...
Troy Dixon would come in there every Friday afternoon. Right?
Yes. We was talking about him the other day because somebody had brought up putting an exchange there on Harrison Pike. And he worked for the state.
The state.
So he used to tell us, and he tickled us to death. He was the funniest little thing.
Yeah.
But he would tell us they'll never put an exchange there because there's a cemetery there. And so that's what we tell people. We're like, nope, cemetery there, we won't do it.
Boy, he'd stand back there. When he pulled his pants up.
I didn't want to say that.
He'd always
He'd work him
screw
britches.
'em up.
He would. He's right. And that's what
That
I
was
was
so
telling.
funny.
I was telling Dinah that the other day. I was like, Troy, work his britches like his. And she's like, oh, yeah, I know Troy.
I had a picture of. He was one of my best friends. I'm telling you, I love Troy.
Troy was a good man.
and so I had a picture taken with him, and after he passed away, I've still got his voicemail on my phone.
Oh.
I put it on my computer where I
Yeah.
called him, and he says, "This is Troy," and he drops the phone, Dixon, and, because he was kind of clumsy, and it said, "Please leave a message." I still got that on my
Ain't
computer.
that precious?
But when I came back, I sent this picture off to someplace in Arkansas that made a cardboard life size
Oh.
of him, just him,
Uh-huh.
and so they made it 4 inches too tall, which I didn't change because Troy would have loved that.
Oh, yeah.
Being 4
Oh,
inches
yeah.
too tall. But so there for a while, I would set it right here. So, but when you come in, even though you knew it was cardboard, it would startle you.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, dang it, Troy.
so one night,
Get me every time.
my youngest son, he's sort of a little bit of a prankster at times, but so I took it and put it in his bedroom. Oh my word! And it scared
Did
him.
he know Troy?
He knew Troy, yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, but
Oh, time flies.
but so it scared him to death. So I thought that was funny. So the
great dad.
so the next night, I go home, and I'm going to take a shower, and I open the shower, and there's Troy. Scared me to death. I had to take it out.
I bet the
You
kids
talk
thought that
about
was hilarious.
scaring me to death.
That's great.
That's good
That is
stuff.
good.
I
That
love
is
it.
really good stuff.
But boy, those were the days. When he'd come
Oh,
in there
yeah.
on Friday afternoon, I
Yeah.
guess he'd leave the state.
Yep.
But now Dinah, see, which one is it? I get people.
Okay, so in the Swafford family, Dinah married Clifford's son, David. Clifford is Odell and Raymond's brother. And she married David, so it's a niece to him.
Which one's Glenn Cantrell's daughter?
Glenda.
Glenda.
Well, Dinah is too. Both of them are.
Oh, that's right.
yeah,
See, that's
Glenda and Dinah are.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That she was directly related. That was Glenn's daughter.
Yeah, both of them are.
I like Glenn.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
used to go out to his junkyard and sit on the couch and talk to him.
Just chit chat. Yeah.
You know what he did? He would take a Coke and take the lid off and put it in the refrigerator and let it sit a while to take all the fizz out. That's the way he drank it.
Drink it flat.
He drank it flat. He said, I don't like carbonation.
Yeah. And Dinah is a twin to Donnie. Let's say it. Yeah, Donnie. And he's passed away. But Dinah was a twin.
I was thinking that was her, that on Ball Springs Road.
No, Alhalla. They might have been on Ball Springs at one time.
I think it's Boss.
But they're on Alhalla. They might have been back then. The junkyard might have been there.
Where did I get Ball Springs? Didn't it used to dead end?
Maybe.
I think it dead ended, but they had a hole under the interstate or something. They'd ride dune buggies back through there.
I don't doubt that.
But that's not been that long ago. In
our mind, it's not.
Well, it's really, in the big scheme of things, it's not been that long at all. It's just, 98. This was when? 99,
Well,
98?
I tell the kids, Paul Huff, I can remember when Paul Huff was just a pig trail. Because we would come down
Dirt
Frontage
gravel
Road.
road.
They'd run dune buggies.
Yeah, we would come down Frontage Road, and yeah, they would be like just a little dirt road.
Peerless Road would end. You could,
Peerless
look back
Road.
you could look back to your left and it went the little dirt.
Valley Head Road.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, that's something, isn't it?
Yeah.
God,
Time flies.
it's hard to get my arms around it.
Yeah.
You take somebody that's 30 years older than us, they would really just almost lose touch with what all's going on.
Yeah.
And probably their parents were the same way. So
Yeah.
it probably, our kids will probably say, well, oh, I remember when Baker Bridge Road was only 2 lanes or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Things change. Time moves on.
I don't even like to talk about it really because I feel like I'm being too nostalgic. But somewhere I feel like in talking about it, it's
Keeps
some
it alive.
it's some answers to the future, some
Yeah.
weird way.
Yeah. It keeps it alive.
So
People like that.
So Raymond, how long was he in office?
Oh, mercy. I want to say 12, 8 or 12. May have just been 8. I think 8
Were their styles about the same? Odell's and
Yeah.
Randy, same.
Yeah. I mean, it's about keeping good records and customer service and taking care of people. I mean, it's a wonderful, wonderful office.
Would you say it's one of the harder offices than some of the others? I mean, there's probably some.
I wouldn't say
mean,
it's harder. It's very tedious, though. I mean, we have to make sure that the names are spelled correctly. We have to make sure that there's not 2 spaces in between, the names on our computer system, because if somebody's looking under Mathews, Melissa, and it's got 2 spaces, they might not find that. It might come up that it's
Lord.
that it's not there. So you have to be very careful. It's very meticulous, very tedious.
Is it all done online now?
Yeah, everything. Yeah. Ooh, and we have we can e-file, which is electronic filing. So people can go through a third-party company, send their documents electronically, and we can record them right there online. Never touch them. Really
We see this guy.
We print them out, but we wouldn't have to if we didn't want to.
Do y'all still have the copy machine where you can go get copies made?
Yeah, I can make that right there.
Staples
Absolutely.
is like $5, and I think y'all are like $2 or something.
$3.
$3.
Yep, $3. Yep. So bring them in. We can make copies for you.
That's
We don't
cheaper
care.
than Staples, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah. We try to keep things low. We charge a dime for copies. If somebody needs to come in and get a copy of their deed, we just charge a dime a sheet, which, I mean, that's nothing anymore.
Can you record anything?
As long as it has on it what we have to have per state regulations.
Say I want to record just a piece of paper that says Dee Burris. Can I record it in a miscellaneous book?
Yeah, sure.
What would it be? Would it be recorded? Would it be indexed as when it was recorded? I guess that's the
Yeah.
The time
It would
is the
have the
thing.
date, the time. Let me get back to that. It would be a date and time, and then it would probably, if it just had Dee Burris, it'd be like Dee Burris to Dee Burris, because we had a grand tour and a grand T.
What if it wasn't that? What if it's just a piece of paper? I just wanted, because you can record leases, right?
Well, it has to be notarized. It has to have prepared by on it. It has to have certain things that the state requires us to have. So it can't just say Dee Burris. It'd have to say prepared by Dee Burris and the address, and have to be notarized, who signed it, things like that.
So I guess the idea is just basically recording, just a recording and a safe place to have it recorded.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I was going to come back to. You were saying the time, the date and the time. Our our state is a race to record state. And what that means is the first one that gets there with the document is the first one that gets on record. So if you'll be familiar with this, if you have a mortgage that is coming in, you went to the bank and you have borrowed money, and the bank is getting ready to put a mortgage on record in our office, and somebody else wants to put a lien on you. So if you get to the registrar's office with that lien first, we record that lien, and then that will be on record against the person that just borrowed the money.
Well, it can get scary.
It can get very scary. So time is of the essence, and we have to make sure we do it in a timely manner, because that's our job.
You couldn't leave it on the desk till Monday.
No,
at noon.
absolutely not. No.
It's like lock the doors.
Yeah.
Is everything recorded? Okay,
Yeah.
we go home.
That's exactly right. That's
That's
what we
probably
do.
the most important thing.
Yes, and that's tough sometimes.
What does miscellaneous book mean?
A miscellaneous book will, you can put in there the releases, like if somebody pays off their mortgage, an assignment if, a bank assigns, that note to another bank, modifications if you go back to the bank and add money, or if you modify your loan in some way, extend the months, or however they do it. Anything other than a deed and a deed of trust, which is a mortgage. It will go usually in a miscellaneous. But nowadays, we don't have the 3 category of books. Back then, when the other ones were there, we had 3 books. But now, since it's on...
What were the 3 books?
It was the deed of trust, and miscellaneous.
And restrictions?
Well, they went in the miscellaneous.
What about plats?
Plats would go
Plat book.
in the plat books. Yeah.
So it's 4 different recordings. Now you have what?
We just have the computer system.
Does
we,
it
we
divide
probably
them?
have we probably have 20 instrument types. They're called instrument types now.
Oh,
So there's a whole bunch. We have a power of attorney and an assignment and a release, where all of those used to be
Yeah.
in one miscellaneous book. So
yeah, boy, that's complicated, isn't
we have to keep up with all that now.
it? Boy.
There's a ton of different different types of documents.
What
that we
about that
record.
guy that gets on TV and says, runs that ad and says, I didn't know my house, somebody had mortgaged my
Yeah,
house.
stole my deed.
Stole my
Yeah,
deed.
Yes, that's a great question. We have what is called a fraud alert. And what it does is run through our computer company that has all of our documents in it. So what they do, we pay for it for the public. They can go online, go to Bradley County Government, and there'll be a drop-down box in the upper right-hand corner. Hit that drop-down box, find Register of Deeds, click on Register of Deeds, scroll down till you see a red and black hyperlink, and it says Fraud Alert. When you go on there, it's going to ask you two questions: the name you want it to search and an email address of how they can contact you. And so, like, for instance, my name is Melissa Ann Mathews. Melissa Ann Johnson Mathews. So if I wanted to check Melissa Ann Johnson Mathews, I will put that whole name. If I want to check Melissa Mathews, I'll check, I'll go back and Missy Johnson or Melissa Mathews, Missy Matthews, ever how I want it to check those records, and it checks it continuously. And so when something hits that, when it finally finds that name, it will send an automatic email contacting you that there's something been registered in the Register of Deeds office. So at that moment, you can call up there and say, hey, I've got a contact, and we can go online, and I can say, no, Dee, that was a Robert F. Burris. That was a Robert F. Burris. It wasn't a Robert D. Burris. So, we help to put people's minds at ease that way, because if you tell it to look for Robert Burris, it's going to look for every Robert Burris that comes in. Does that make sense?
How would they have combated that when Odell was there?
I don't know.
I
don't know. I'm sure it happened, and I'm not sure how they would combat
I
it.
guess they'd just say, no, that's not my signature.
Yeah.
I did not sell my house.
Yes.
I did not get that mortgage.
Exactly.
I'm not paying you. You prove it.
Yeah.
And they'd say, here's this document. Well, it's not my signature.
Yeah.
That notary is not somebody that knows me.
Yes.
And there's your proof.
And nowadays, they have to go through court. It's a whole court battle that has to be done. But in Bradley County,
we're not going to.
Yeah.
There's nothing
It
yet.
Yeah,
Right?
I think we've had two, and it's been family. It's been family oriented. So no, we haven't had anything. And the fraud alert is what really helps with that. And like I said, it's free of charge. We pay for that out of our budget that we have. So
anybody can go online and in that red box
Yes.
and put their name, and then they'll say,
Absolutely.
if anything's recorded on my name, email me.
yes, that's correct.
Well, that's a big help, isn't it?
That's a huge help.
That's technology.
Yeah,
there.
it is technology. This problem started with technology. Being able to record things online and be able to get things online, move things around, things like that. So the fraud alert helps, with the online findings of documents like that.
Boy, there's so much. There's more to this stuff than you'd think. isn't it?
Well, and so if you get a transaction that you buy and sell, and it hits the courthouse and you're set up for that, it's going to let you know. It's going to send you that. You'll say, well, that's the house I just sold over here on so and so.
Yeah, that's me, or it's been recorded.
Yeah.
You'd feel
Yeah.
good about that.
Yeah.
Instead of saying, I hope Tammy took it over there. Tammy
exactly.
took it over.
Yeah, we have a ton of people that call him. We got this notice. Like, hold on. Let me just check your name, and I'll check their name. And like, have you recently paid your house off? Well, yeah, I paid it off about a month ago. I was like, this is
That's
the
it.
release. Okay, good.
Yeah, because the
And so we
release
just put-
could come a month later. You
Yes.
forgot you even paid it off
Yeah.
or something.
But that way we can help put the public's mind at ease, and they won't have to worry about it. that helps my heart.
Are you familiar when Sherman came down? Did he burn the courthouse? Do you remember that?
Well-
or did he not?
Well, the fun fact that I understand is, so when the war came through, they were burning all the courthouses in all of the local.
Well, that's low down, isn't it?
Boy, it ain't.
Low down.
But somebody in the courthouse got a good idea. Hey, we're going to gather up all the records and we're going to put it down here in this other building, so we can keep our records safe because we know they're burning the courthouses. Well, they burnt that. They burnt that location, and I
They
believe
found it?
Yeah, they just burned it. They just burned it because
They probably didn't
they
know.
just wanted to burn
They just
it.
went through burning
Oh,
towns
Burn-
down.
just burn
they
the
didn't know
buildings.
that they had accidentally burnt all the records. Boy, that's sorry, isn't it?
Yeah.
I thought it was a great idea to move it. I mean,
Oh,
I knew
yeah,
it was happening.
yeah.
Move it?
I mean,
Yeah.
that was, being proactive there.
Yeah.
Wonder what they did with all the records. How would you? That's why Granny Clampett kept her deed.
There you go.
You know, that's on the
But, you know,
Beverly Hillbillies.
back in-
She kept her papers.
Yeah, our office is actually, and I learned this at a registrar's meeting one time. Our office, the registrar's office itself, was the very first office ever charged with keeping records. That way, people would know the buying and selling of property. You know, they would have a copy of the deed for people that wanted to go and sell their property. They couldn't find their deed. Well, they'll come in our office. You get a copy of the deed, then they'll be able to sell it. So, but our records go back to 1865 when the war came through.
And prior to that, I guess it was just another 50, probably another 30 years before
I would
that's
think
all
so.
they had.
I would think so.
'Cause-
Something of that nature. I
because-
don't know the date that it first started
Because
keeping records.
we weren't a county till somewhere in there.
Yeah. But now there was some back in 1865 that did have the originals back at their home and brought them in and had some of them recorded and some of them are at the historical library. But
Wonder
there's
how they
very
would have
few.
proved it if you was back then. If you could have said,
Exactly.
"Oh, that my mother gave that to me. I've
That's
got
it.
the deed and it burned up."
That's exactly
I bet
right.
there was a bunch of that
I bet there was a bunch of it. That would
because
have
there's
been
just still Southeast Tennessee.
heart-wrenching.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, or
That'd
my
be-
marker is from here to there. Like,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
that's my marker from here to there.
That would be a mess today.
I bet
wouldn't
that
it?
would have been. I bet that was. But I bet back then that was years of disputes.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. That would be awful.
Can you imagine if that happened in today's world? As many people, the population.
Oh yeah.
Well, that'd be a mess.
If every lawyer in town would be working, wouldn't they?
Yep, and that's one of the reasons we also record DD 214s for the military gentlemen that get out of the military. Well, not just
What's
gentlemen.
DD 14?
DD 214 is the separation papers from the military.
Oh.
So when somebody gets out of the military, they bring it to our office and record it. Well, you know, if they get out of the military when they're 25 and at 65 they need their military papers to get benefits, we have those.
Don't have to keep them.
Yeah, they don't have to keep record of them because we have them in our office. So any military guys that or gals that get out of the military, they need to bring their DD 214 to us and let us record them.
Well, people don't realize how important the Register of Deeds is because I mean, if you don't have your car tag, okay, if you don't send you your tax notices, okay, but if you don't have a record of where you bought the property or
That's
a
exactly
release
right.
of a mortgage or a recording of a mortgage, you got major issues.
Joe Good, I can remember Joe Good saying he came in one day and you know he was feisty, and he said, "I'm telling you right now, you better put 2 staples in this deed. I'm telling you, every deed that comes back to me, you better put 2 staples." And we was like, "Okay, Joe, we'll put 2 staples in it. Why are you so upset?" He said, "This is the most expensive piece of paper that some people will ever own,
He was right.
and it's important." Yeah, and I was like, "You're right. I'll put 2 staples."
He always folded that thing
Yeah,
over the top.
yeah.
Because some people would just put one that.
Yeah, and it was like,
Yeah.
yeah, he didn't like that at all. Yeah.
Wonder why they put that brown piece of paper behind it. Just make it seem more expensive probably to
Well,
redo.
to keep the paper from
So
being.
you can fold it and put
Yeah.
it in your
Yeah.
fire safe.
Yeah.
Everybody needs a fire safe, don't they?
Yeah, boy, they do. They really do. I mean, there's important papers that
Yeah.
insurance
Not for
papers.
theft, just in case
Yeah.
of fire.
Right. But we we love what we do in the Register of Deeds office. We've got some great girls that are working there. I'll tell you a little bit about them.
You got the Borders lady, right?
Yep, got Robin Borders, that's correct. And then I've got the two Cantrell girls. I've got Dinah Swafford and Glenda Cantrell. And we have Raymond and Odell's niece in there. That's Kim Swafford Ross. She's a Ross now. So Kim Ross. And then we have Gayla Ward. She does our scanning. She's in that little office over to the side. And then we have Rhonda Johnson that works in there with us. And I'm telling you, we've got a nice crew.
Who was it there when you were first went to work there? Who worked there then?
Frances.
Oh yeah, Frances. What was her last name?
She was a Hamilton.
Yeah, she was.
But
married.
I can't. Her son's Big Mikey. He was a fireman.
Pierce.
That's
Pierce.
it.
Boy, I remember that. Frances Pierce.
And let's see.
She
Sue
was
Crisp.
real nice, wasn't
Yes,
she?
she was. Yeah, Sue Crisp. She was the black-headed lady. She was older. Okay.
Yep.
And then me and Dinah, and there was a Jenny Dinsmore at that time. Naomi Trimble, she was our accountant. She was our accountant. When she passed away, I took over her job as the account manager. I guess that's about. Does that sound about right? I think that's about all of us that was there when I first started in '94.
How much money will y'all bring in a day?
Oh, well, in tax, it's hard to tell. It's different just according to what kind of documents come in. But I can tell you what taxes that we send back to the state monthly that we bring in. We are a state tax collector. That's what our office does. So every month I send in about $300,000.
Golly.
Yeah, back to the state
For recording
Yeah.
of a deed.
every month. Yeah.
That's the sales tax.
Well,
Correct.
the recording tax. Yeah,
Recording
the transfer tax.
I wonder what that tax goes for.
I think it goes in the general fund to the state. I don't know.
That's one of those things I always wonder, what do you get for that?
Yeah. But we've given I want to say 40 million over the past 15 years.
Is there any counties that don't have a courthouse that has a register of deeds in Tennessee, or is
All of them have to have.
ever
Yes,
has?
every county
I
has
wonder
to.
if there's a state that doesn't require their counties to do that.
I wouldn't think so because they have to have a place to keep their deeds. I mean,
You-
they have
you-
to have records.
You'd think
Yeah.
it's a big service to us.
It is, and there's only two softwares companies in Tennessee. That the software that we use is regulated by the state. So there's only so much that we can do with the software, that they can add and subtract to the software that we're using. And two companies in the state runs that software. And we have one of those softwares. So with it being regulated by the state, we have to run what they tell us to run. With that being said, the software that we use has everything on it that we need. It has its little place for our grantor, our grantee. How many pages are we recording? What's the sales price of it, or how much are you borrowing? Things like that on our software that we have to have.
Now, if somebody wants to, now that you're online, I believe that girl here that works for me, I'll say, can you get a copy of that
Yeah.
deed? And it'll be laying on my desk.
Yeah.
And I guess she calls.
She calls me.
Does she call you? Yeah. Well, does that?
She calls me.
Does that cost anything?
Nope, free of charge.
What's that? It's
We
handy, isn't it?
email it right to them. Yeah.
I didn't know if she was going to get it or what.
No, what they can do is if you need a copy, super easy to get a copy. You can usually call over to the assessor of property, get the book and page of where it's recorded, or you can call me and I can look it up for you, and then we'll just email it to you. I mean, it'll take less than 2-3 minutes tops.
Well, that's a nice service.
Yeah, and we also have, like, if you are a title company, or if you're a land attorney, or just just the public that wants to look through our records, we do have that service. It's called Title Searcher, and so on TitleSearcher.com you can go on there, but it is a fee-based website. Now, it being a fee-based website, We do have the option to pay for that for the public, but the way we look at it is, there's only a very small amount of people that uses that. So if they want to use that, that's their option to use that. But us paying for it out of the taxpayers' money, to me, does not feel like I'm being a good steward of the money if everybody doesn't use it or everybody,
Well, a title company might want to because they don't want to call up there 10 times a day.
Right. Plus, the title companies, on our title searcher, they have every document. So when they're sitting at their desk doing a title search, just like when the older attorneys used to come in our office, they can sit right at their desk and see every document that we have. And that's what they do. That's their livelihood. That's how they make their money. So, we just feel like it's a whole lot easier for the public and super way cheaper for everybody if they just call up there, give us the booking page that they need, and we send it right out.
Or they can come in.
Oh, yeah, you can come in.
What's something, isn't it?
Yeah, they can come in. I can hand them a copy because we still have people that want hard copies. They don't want it on electronics. They want it in their hand, and I don't blame them. You come right in.
Is ever plat recorded? All the plats for ever subdivision, ever division?
Yes and no. Anything over 5 acres is not required by law to be recorded. So anything smaller than 5 acres, they have to go to the planner, get the signatures of the planner, and then once they have that, then they can bring it over and get it recorded.
So if I have 10 acres and I'm going to divide it up into 2.
Yeah. It'll have to go over to the planner.
Has to be recorded.
Yeah. Has to go to the planner first and then bring it over here and have it recorded.
Now, if I wanted to just divide 10 acres up into 2 tracts, and I have a surveyor survey, can I come and have it recorded?
Yeah. Yeah, as long as you have the original.
The survey?
Yeah.
I want to record this survey.
Just the survey. Yes, okay. In a situation like that, say if you have a 20-acre tract, that doesn't have to be recorded.
Doesn't have to be
right,
recorded.
It doesn't have to be recorded. You can go over to the planning and engineering, they'll give you a piece of paper that says, hey, we don't have to look at this, you can record it without us knowing about it. So they bring that piece of paper and their survey to us and we record it.
So what if I just wanted to, what if somebody that passed away and the deed says, or the the will says, I want all kids to have this, and here's the survey. If it doesn't have to be, would it have to have a letter saying the planner doesn't have to approve it, or is that a rule, or is it
It's
just
just
a
a
good
rule.
just kind of it's a good idea
It's
to
a
make
rule.
sure?
It's not a law, it's a rule. And the reason being, back when Odell was there, we had a plat that come in that was not, that did not have that letter. Back then, you didn't have to have the letters. And so somebody disputed that as like, we didn't want this done this way.
Yeah.
And we was like, well, that wasn't our.
Yeah.
So now we
It's just a good idea.
Yes,
to
it
say,
is a
are you
good
sure
idea.
y'all don't? It sort of helps the person recording it.
Yes, it does.
It does. If it was to help the person, it might not matter, but it's helping the person recording it.
It does help
Just
the
say,
person
have you
recording.
double checked with them?
Yeah, that's
because
what-
we
that's
don't
what we
want you to.
We don't want you to record it and it not be an official
And it be
document.
disputed.
Exactly. Yes. Correct.
Boy, it gets complicated. Do you have issues during the day, or is it just pretty much cut and dry, or is there once a week there's sort of a thing you don't really know how to do? Or
No, we'll have something maybe once or twice a year that's like, I'm not sure what this is. I need to make sure. And in a situation like that, I go to the meetings, the coat meetings, the registers meetings
Yeah.
for our office. So we'll all be in the know. So I've got really good relationships with all the other registers, across the state. Also, the state appoints us an attorney just to deal with Register of Deed problems.
oh, that's handy. isn't it?
Yeah, it's handy. Yeah, handy. And so I can call her or I can call any of the other registers and say, hey, what is this? Well, how do we need to, situate this in our books?
What's a good
And they'll
idea.
just tell us right on the spot. It's wonderful.
How many counties are there in Tennessee? 95?
I think 95.
So
We both said 95
90
at the same time. So.
It must be close. 95 Register of Deeds
Yeah.
office.
Yep.
Did you go to college?
I went to Cleveland State for a few years, yeah. Didn't get a degree, but
So
Odell hired me in 94.
how did you know Odell then?
Well, it was funny. Me and Brent was up there trying to find a place to vote. You know, we was trying to figure out where to go vote and everything because we was going to early vote. And Brent stopped in to the registrar's office and was just chit-chatting with Odell. And, you know, he said, you know, Missy here is looking for a job because at the time I was working for, it was Taylor's Animal Hospital then. Which I love Taylor's Animal Hospital. He said, Missy's looking for a job. And he was like, okay, well, let's go talk. And so we went out and we just kind of chit-chatted a little bit. And he said, you need to turn in your application. And then he went down to the Carousel Mall and talked to Brent's mom about me, got the lowdown from her on me. And next thing you know, there I am.
Well, that's probably people would like to have had that job back then,
Yeah,
wouldn't they?
yeah. And it's a good job. They're great people. They're great people. It's a good job. You know,
I thought there was some relations between you and them, but there
no,
wasn't.
there's no relationship. No. Brent we just happened to be looking
You
for
just happened to be going to vote.
the right place at the right
She
time.
needed a job.
What are you doing now, Brent?
I manage the Southland Finance location there in front of the old Ace Hardware. It looks like a bank.
Oh, it used to be. Who's that guy that used to work there?
Dusty?
Dusty. Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened to him?
We got bought out when the bank sold, Capstar sold to Old National Bank.
Yeah.
They did not want to keep a consumer finance company underneath their umbrella, so they sold us, and another company bought us. And Dusty, he decided he wanted to do something different, so he stepped down, and he's now running. I don't know if he's called the F&I guy there at Jacinto's Auto Sales, but he's running all their financing for their vehicles and stuff there for Sergio.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Boy,
And-
he knows what he's doing, doesn't he?
Yeah, he
Dusty.
loves it. Yeah, me and Dusty worked together at Pioneer Credit with Mr. Holden, and
Yeah.
we've gotten really close. And him and Sarah, his wife, they made me and Missy godparents of his two girls. And the first girl, when he said that, I was like, well, I'm not gonna pay anything to it. I mean, like, what does this mean?
Yeah.
But is this like kind of like child support or something? He was laughing at me. I was like, I was just checking. I didn't know. So no, I'm just teasing. But
Well, that Southland Financial, that really helps a lot of people that are in that gap, that don't want to get a mortgage, that's not payday lending, but there's
Right.
just that's such a need, isn't it?
It
I mean, a
is.
big need.
I started with Mr. Holden in 1989 and was working for him. And of course, when he sold and it went to a different company that's more of a corporate America type place. I stayed with him for a little bit, but I left, and Athens Federal had hired Dusty to open a Southland here in Cleveland. And Jeff Cunningham was president of the bank at the time. And when he heard I turned my notice in, he wanted to talk to me. So he pulled me in the bank side. But I worked at the bank for 7 years. I've never been in the bank before, Dee. I mean, I knew how to talk to people.
So you mean Jeff hired you?
Yes.
Well, I bet he was good to work for, wasn't he?
He's great. Yeah, he's a great guy. And I had a tough time leaving Pioneer. I mean, I'd been with him so long.
bet,
it was
yeah.
family,
Yeah.
And, but anyway, I got in there and stayed with him, and then Athens Federal sold, and so I was like, man, they're never going to open a Southland Finance. Well, Capstar, there was a gentleman there that was, I think, like second in command. His name was Chris Teets. He kind of took control of Southland. Didn't know anything about consumer finance, just kind of got in there and learned it. And they seen the ROA number was really good with us, and so they said, well, how do we make this bigger? So we got to grow. So that I ended up opening up an office in the Chattanooga area. And so they pulled me over. Dusty was telling us, hey, we hired Brent to open up a Southland Finance. So they pulled me over after 7 years.
How high do y'all usually go to loan, money-wise? Is there...
Well, we really don't have necessarily a cutoff, Dee. We stick around that. I think
Going
the
into
sweet
the
spot,
banker mode now.
10 to 15,000. We're doing on
So
autos and stuff. We want to be secured.
So 30,000 is just 10, 15, 18.
Yeah, and we do a lot of more smaller stuff too,
Yeah.
you know, but we do get into, with the company that owns us is Colonial Loan Association. They're out of Morristown, and they do real estate loans, but they go up to like 75,000. They can go over that a little bit.
Real
but
estate loans up to 75,000. That's unique.
They'll do
isn't it?
mobile homes with and without land, and so yeah, they got a niche there that's there. I got a gentleman that works for us that handles just the real estate part of it, because you have to be a mortgage loan originator to do that. So yeah, so they've got some good stuff. So it's a lot like Pioneer Credit, and that's what I like about it. I mean, there's 6 offices. They pulled Southland, Athens, and Cleveland in with their 4. So it's still hometown, small, decisions made here kind of deal. So
Brent has been blessed. We both have been blessed to have strong men in our lives, you know, to help us along the way, with Johnny Holden and
David Goins.
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
David's
yeah.
wonderful. David's wonderful.
Ricky Hintz.
Ricky Hintz.
Ricky Hintz.
Yeah, working with Ricky.
I eat breakfast with him about every Saturday morning.
I was gonna say you must be at the Liar Station.
Yeah.
I'll be there Tuesday.
It's the abbreviated.
You need to
Coming
go
Tuesday.
Tuesday. She's gonna come Tuesday. So.
I'll tell you a secret. They won't vote for anybody that doesn't ask for their vote.
Yeah, I know. And
Oh,
that is-
are you running? Is that the
Actually, I
idea?
am. Yeah, I am running. Yeah, after 40 years, Dinah's going to hang it up. And she's supporting me, endorsing me completely.
Isn't that nice of her?
Yeah, it is very nice of her. Raymond, he's wholeheartedly backing me. And I've been there 31 years. And yeah, I'm going to run for office. I want to run for the Register of Deeds.
Well, that's something. That's a whole new, blazing new trails, right?
Boy, it is. It really is. You know, something that I've done there literally all my life since I was 21 years old. You know, and you taking the reins on something like that, it's scary. Those are big shoes to fill. Odell and Raymond and Dinah's. I mean, they're big shoes to fill.
Well, they would, you know, if you had any problems, they'd help you for sure.
Absolutely.
I'm sure that you're probably running it anyway right now, right? I'm guessing.
Dinah does a great job. Yeah, but I have done. The first 15 years that I worked as a clerk. So I worked out front, you know, I learned how to record the deeds and how to make sure that everything's done properly, how to take care of customer service. And then in 2009, when our account manager got sick and passed away, Raymond came to me and said, "Hey, do you want this job?" And I said, "Well, Raymond, that's a huge job. It's dealing with finances. You know, I don't have much training." He's like, "It's okay. You can do it." And I said, "Okay, I can do it." And so from then on, I've been doing the accounting. I've been the accounting manager. And then last October, when we finally solidified that I was definitely going to run for office, I moved back out front, and now I'm doing both jobs. I'm doing the clerk job and the account manager's job, because I want to make sure that I'm fluent in any question that's asked.
Yeah, because you could be asked something that it's not been your department or
Yeah,
something.
absolutely. You know? But I do every job in the office now.
There's more to it. Would you say that there's more to it than, like being the account manager, was you thinking, well, this is harder than I thought it was? Is it that sense?
Well, you know, when you first start a job, it's always hard. But then when you get used to it, that's just what you do. Mm-hmm. Now, the hard thing is making sure all of the auditors are happy and make sure every T is crossed and every I is dotted. And so, you know, along with making sure that the documents are correct, when you're dealing with money, especially in office money,
Yeah.
you have to really make sure you're doing what you're supposed to.
So you have auditors?
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. I deal with auditors multiple times a year. Yes, I have to make sure reports.
Auditing the state's money, I guess.
Absolutely, they are. Absolutely, the county's money, the state's money. I mean, every dollar that's crosses our path.
So I didn't realize. I guess I knew, but the severity of we at Bradley County, we have a boss. It's called the state of Tennessee.
Absolutely, yes. Our office is regulated by the state. Yes, we turn all of our excess money into the county, but we are a fee collecting office for the state.
The state,
Yes,
not
for
the
the state.
county.
But now, one thing that I will tell you that I'm very proud of is our budget. And you can ask the county commission about our budget. A lot of people don't like to talk about budgets because that's kind of, hard for some people. But we have not asked for an increase in our budget since 1998.
Good grief.
Yeah, with all the rising cost of everything, I mean, to say that you haven't asked
That's
for
nearly
any
30
more,
years.
Exactly. To say that you haven't asked for any more money,
I thought all
that's
departments
phenomenal.
always tried to ask for 3 to 5% more.
well, that's different. That's different. That doesn't come out of our budget. That comes out of our fee-based.
Oh, I see.
Okay, yeah, that would come out of us recording documents and things like that. We are paid out of the fees that come in. So, we collect the taxes for the state, and then we collect $5 per page for the documents. And then we have a $2 computer fee, or data processing fee, and then a $1 register fee. So that $5, that $2, and that $1 is what we run our business off of, run the whole office off of. And 2.4% of the taxes that we collect helps run our office, and that pays everything in our office. That pays our salaries, that pays our budget, that pays everything that we use in our office. We don't ask the public for any more money, and we have it since 1998. Now, even with our budget that we have, every year, ever since I've been doing it since '09, we have always turned back money into the county general fund from our budget. So that helps keep the taxpayers.
Is it a
rates
lot
up.
or?
It's not a lot, but I mean, we're not using it neither. So we're not asking for it. So anything that goes back into the county general fund is money that we don't ask the taxpayers for.
Is it like 10,000 or 100,000?
Usually a year, it'll probably be around $125,000, $150,000.
That's pretty significant.
Yeah. I mean,
Significant.
it's not as much as some of the other offices, but it's not, like I said, it's not money we're using.
It's not. It's money you might not even get next year.
Right.
Because it's dependent.
Yep. But we've not asked for any more money since '98, and the commission's always been gracious and really likes to see our budget coming because we're easy. We've got the same numbers, just sign off, and they don't have to worry about us, browbeating them for more money.
How long y'all been married?
31 years.
31 years.
Yeah.
Seems like yesterday.
We got married in April.
Are we at the liar's table? I'm just kidding.
We got married in April, and I went to work in the registrar's office in September. August.
Hey, I'm gonna tell
August
you
was
an
part-time.
interesting fact.
Where'd y'all meet at?
Ooh, I was afraid you was going to ask that.
Well, I had a couple of knuckleheads that were real good friends of mine, and they had went out in town, and I had stayed back at, I guess his name was Levon Hammonds. He had a cabin up on the river, and they come back, and they had Missy and her sister. And so I remember there was probably 6 or 8 of us there on the dock, and we just talked, and that's where we met the first time.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
Levon Hammonds. I know that name.
His wife was Sandy. She worked at H&K, Harrington and King South, H&K South up here on Michigan Avenue. And Levon, I'm not sure what he did, but I know he did mechanic work and stuff like on 4-wheel drives.
Oh yeah, up there on North Lee Highway, over off Harpo Lane and stuff.
Maybe, yeah.
Levon Hammonds. I think that's him.
Yeah, I remember at one time he lived on.
He did like a lot of mechanic work.
Yeah, and he's a big old guy, just a big old country boy, and I know he's passed away now. But yeah, we was at their place. They let us go and hang out, and stay out of trouble, but yeah. Hey, I was going to tell you an interesting fact. I'm getting off that subject right there, but not trying to. We can come back to it. But talking about the state auditors that come in from the state of Tennessee, a lot of times they'll have turnover, and they've been some that's new. And they would come in, and she would train them on what to look for when she go. She said,
So don't look for that.
Hey, when you come in here, you need to pay attention to this because this is important. And so she's been a good steward and doing what she's supposed to do. But when they come in, and they've been grateful to her. So when you have that relationship and you get that relationship with your auditors. I mean, that's very helpful. But she's always tried to be honest with them and let them know what the important stuff is. So
That's true.
I thought that was pretty interesting.
What time's the courthouse open?
8:30 to
8:30.
4:30, and 5 on Fridays. We stay open an extra 30
Do you
minutes.
get much business on that Friday, but that 30 minutes?
No, not really.
It's the people that, used to the courthouse was open half a day on Saturday and closed on Wednesdays.
Uh-huh. That was before me. When I came, we closed at 4:00. When I first came, and then when they switched it to 4:30 and 5 on Fridays.
And they quit Saturdays a long time ago.
Yeah, yeah. That was before
I was
me.
even there.
a lot of your rural counties, like I want to say like maybe Polk and
Meigs.
and Meigs County for sure. They're open a half day on Wednesday and open a half day on Saturday.
Is that right?
They still do that, and a lot of your rural counties will do that.
I go to some of these Register of Deeds office. I went to the one in Polk County a couple of weeks ago, and they're just sort of like I might have been the assessor's office I went to, but I got the feeling he'd just soon me leave.
Oh, that's awful.
It was weird. It was sort of it's just excuse me, I just left. I was trying to pull a copy of a tax map, which they don't have anymore, evidently. Evidently, you have to go online to get that too.
They don't have them in their office?
That was what I said to him.
Wow.
Didn't go over well.
Yes,
don't do it
Stanley
no
runs
more.
their office runs their office like a top. I mean,
Well,
Stanley's
that's all
wonderful.
one office I wouldn't want to have.
I wouldn't, not this time of year.
That or the car things.
Yeah.
The tags, boy,
Yeah.
that'd be it. Boy, remember back when you were there or first came, there was like 2 people there. And now there's like,
I think she has about 30. But they do way more
I'm sure.
than car
Passport,
titles.
I'm sure.
driver's license.
but at
Okay.
one time when I went there was like 3 people.
Yeah.
So I guess that's just a sign that Bradley County's grown
Growing.
and people have more cars
And
or
there's
whatever.
people in line all the time.
Is she
almost.
running again too?
She is not.
So boy, there's a be a.
Neither is Mike.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who else is up? I guess that's the 3. isn't it?
Gayla. She's running.
Oh, I don't
Gayla
think
will
anybody's running against her. That'd be a hard place
Yeah.
to. She's coming in 2 weeks.
Yeah. She's precious.
Mm-hmm.
She's a good lady.
That'd be a hard office. Boy,
Yeah.
wouldn't you hate to run for an office and find out you'd walked into a wasp nest?
Yeah, because she has 3 different courts that she deals
Oh,
with.
she could. I mean, they could run an auction on who doesn't want it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, she's great.
that'd be a hard job. That'd be
Yeah.
harder than the car tile, I think.
Yeah.
Now, Mike's job would be, to me, well, I don't know, you'd have to have those notices out.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be easy.
Mike's job is more tedious also than you think it is, because I mean he's got to figure out where am I going to put this money to earn the most percentage, for the
and
taxpayers.
who hasn't paid?
Yeah.
And send that to.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the money that they bring
yeah.
in. When you got millions of dollars.
And he can't just go stick it anywhere, because if the county's going to call for it in 9 months, he can't go put it out here on a 2-year
Yeah.
CD or something. He can't do that. So he's got to know like what are they doing with that money. So if they need it in 9 months, well, he's looking maybe for a 6 month to get the money back to have it available.
Yeah.
Plus, you see, Stanley appraises it.
Mm-hmm. So the line is.
Yeah, the line is. Well, let's start with you.
It'll start with us. They
record
register
your deed.
Yep, you register the deed here. Stanley gets our records, and he and his office divides the property the way it should be, appraises or assesses the property how it should be according to the state, and then once all of their business is done, then Mike's office collects all the money for the notices that goes out.
And if you don't pay, then he sends it upstairs.
Then it goes to Holly's office,
Holly's
the Chancery's
office,
office, yeah. After 2 years or 3 years, I believe it is. And if you don't pay, then they'll sell it on the courthouse steps.
Well, they're serious about that
They're
property
serious.
taxes.
Yeah, they are. They're serious.
After about 3 years, you can't catch it up.
Yeah, it's tough. You gotta stay on top of it.
And then, when you buy a house to put it in the garage, you send it over to the county clerk
Yes.
to get
buy-
a title.
Yes, a car. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. That's correct. Yeah, and they take Lord Donna's office. They have so many. I mean, they have boat registrations and marriage license
There,
and
yeah.
birth certificates now, and I mean they have
Golly.
It's a big old thing.
And I think maybe passports, don't
They do passports. Absolutely, they do passports.
Driver's license.
Yeah, driver's license.
The
They
real,
renew.
the
They
real
re-
ID is,
Yeah.
see, what about the real ID?
They do that. Cherie does the real IDs over on the left hand
I
side.
never have figured out the difference between the real ID and the passport. That's a complicated.
I think of course now I don't work there, so I don't know. But I think the real ID lets you fly in internet or nationally, like you can fly inside
Yeah.
of America, and then the passports you can fly inside America, or you can do international with the passports.
So, wonder when they started that. So before that, you just, I guess they're doing some more vetting of people in some sense, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't understand if you have a passport. I didn't understand why you need a real ID. I mean, if you got a passport, just stamp that
See,
driver's license.
I've
but
got
I don't know.
a passport, but I don't have a real ID. But I can fly
Yeah.
inside the United States.
With your passport,
Yeah.
correct? Yes. Yeah, that's the way I understand.
So if you didn't have your passport, you had your driver's license with it's a star, it's like a gold star on it.
Mm-hmm.
It just means that you went and done your due diligence and showed them the proper information
Right.
because you don't have your passport.
Yeah.
So,
So, but you can fly inside the city or the United States,
Right.
but you can't go to Mexico.
right.
They can come here, but you can't go there. I guess, right?
Yeah. Something like that. I'm not sure if they're flying in, but
Well, what else is going on? Let's take 5. Take 5. Okay.
Whenever you read a story in the newspaper or see something on television about somebody getting arrested, you naturally assume they're guilty. Unless the story's about you or someone you love, then you'll think differently. And you'll want a lawyer who will defend you. My name's Scott Canavis. If you or someone you love has been charged with a crime, call me. I'll return your phone calls, I'll work on your case, and I will defend you.
Boy, I had to go to the bathroom. So let me ask you this. Where do y'all live now?
Right now, we're living off of Free Will Road. We live down in
Cumberland
Ridgestone.
Hills or someone?
Ridgestone.
Boy, hasn't they gotten busier over there?
Yes, it sure is. And I think it's probably going to get more busy because they're getting ready to build on to Hopewell,
the
Yeah.
elementary school.
the elementary school. Yeah.
If you're going to the, do you ever go the back way when you're going like to exit 20? You ever go the back way
Yeah.
Yes.
instead of going to the interstate? I've almost found out. I don't know if
You
that's
got all the way down Free Will?
yeah.
Yeah. That's the way I go every morning to go to work and come home. So I don't
Yeah,
have to
well-
go
What
to
if
the
you're
city.
going to the cinema? What if you're going to the cinema at exit 20?
We do go that way sometimes, but for us, it's just easier to hop on the interstate if we're going there. But yeah, the back way, if we're already down that
So that's
far.
where I grew up, out
Yeah.
that way.
We're,
You
we're
go-
towards the Matthews place.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
going down Harris Creek Road and Withrow Road. You know where Withrow Road is? It's the four-way stop from exit 20 when you go to the landfill. And the what's the event center out there? The
Oh, Tri-State.
Uh-huh.
Tri-State
Yeah.
at the four-way stop.
Oh, Withrow.
If you turn right, that's Withrow Road.
Yeah.
My
Danny
mom's side,
Grandmother.
my mom's side of the family was Agnes and Bill Withrow. They own both sides of the road from there all the way to the other end.
Didn't they sell some property to Danny? He built 5 houses there on Withrow Road, right around the curve, I believe.
Maybe. I'm
And
not
I'm-
sure. Has that been some time ago?
Oh, yeah, it's like 30
Well, when you
years
get to the
ago.
end of the road, into Withrow Road, where Harris Creek comes in, on
Yep.
the left, the little white house.
You
that
go
was
the
my-
right or to the left, right?
That's correct. And the little white house, that was my grandmother's house.
Oh.
And Bill, he was a logger, and I was born in '68. He was logging and got killed by a tree, and so I never knew him. But my mama lived in that little white house all my life. But you turn left, and it goes down. It goes around a curve. The house on the right, my mom and dad, I think, built that, lived there. We lived there for a little bit. You go down the next curve on the right was the Tinsleys, Frank and Maine Tinsley. That was my aunt, my mom's sister. And then the next curve was Franklin and Susie Mathews. That was my mama and papa. So my whole
your
family
dad's side.
on my dad's side.
And then
So-
the next is Harrison Pike, right?
Well, on down, you got the,
Yeah.
Doug Mathews. living
Yeah.
down there.
Yeah, you come out
Sheila.
and
I
yeah.
built a house on Laurel Bluff Road. For Mark McSpadden. That's sort of in that
It
neighborhood,
is,
right?
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But I love going out that way because it's
Home.
just
It's peaceful or something.
it
isn't
is.
It's home.
Yeah. It's not as the rat race, you can say,
For
but
some reason, it just feels like I'm getting there quicker, but I'm not.
right.
And
it's
the-
not
You're
that bad.
enjoying it more.
I'm
It's not
just
that bad of
enjoying
a-
it.
yeah.
And if you don't, and you can also go down by Hippie Beads. You know where
Hippie
Elmer
beads.
Earls is?
Hippie beads. I know where it's at.
If you go past the four-way there at the Tri-State, you go across and you go back up there behind the landfill, and that's where Elmer Earls lives. Hippie
okay.
Beads.
Okay.
Okay.
You've
Okay.
seen
I
those
didn't know
signs?
that.
I know
I
Elmer.
know it. I can
Yeah,
see him.
yeah,
Yeah.
But I don't
That's
know where
where
that
he
is.
lives.
Okay.
So,
Excellent.
but so how many? What do you? In 31 years, how many kids have y'all had?
We have 3.
3 kids.
Yeah, we have 3. Nathan Mathews, and he's married to Samantha Waters. She's from Polk County, and they
Oh,
get
Samantha Waters. That's not Joe Waters' daughter, is it?
no,
No.
no, and they have one daughter, Calla, and then we have
So, yeah.
Austin Mathews. What was you gonna say?
You got grandkids?
Yes. Yeah. We have Austin Mathews. He is a special ed teacher at Bradley, and he's the head wrestling girls coach at Bradley. And he's married to Shelby Satterfield. And she just started with Bowater Credit Union as the
She's part of the marketing department.
associate.
Yeah.
And then we have Ashlyn. She's our youngest, Ashlyn Mathews. She just got married in December, so she's a Hensley. And she is just started her master's over in North Carolina at Mars Hill University. And then
She's
in,
having fun, isn't she?
yeah. And then in May, they'll move back here after she graduates with her master's.
Boy, that's almost a clan, isn't it?
Yeah. We enjoy it. We love it.
I just got 2 boys,
Yeah.
and neither one of them's married. So it's,
Just wait.
y'all
it's
had
coming.
better luck than
Our family is, besides our faith, our family is most important.
Which church did you say you went to?
Crossroads.
Where's that at?
We meet down at the Fine Arts Building at Bradley.
Oh.
Yeah, Mickey Clark. He's
You don't,
my
have a,
treasurer
you don't
too.
have a church then?
Well, we
Or it's not a
have
building?
a church building. It's off 64 Highway, but it's too small for our
Oh,
church, so
yeah.
we use it for the youth. It's our dream center.
Oh, yeah. Who
Yeah.
was it that started that?
Mickey Clark.
Before him?
You talking about the dreams, the place that we bought off 64?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know about
I can't-
that.
I don't-
Ridge. What do you
I know
call it?
there was
The
a
Ridgeway or
Charles. I
something?
think there was a Charles White that was part of that. I think I'm not exactly sure the name of the church, but it's the road right before you get to the Shake Shack. When you drive back there, it just goes in, it circles back out. It's the building back there.
Yeah, I cannot think of who that is.
But there was 3 or 4 people that was involved in that, and he talked about them, and he was meeting with them before. We've owned it for probably a couple of years, but they moved their offices in there. They use it for the youth. It's a they're taking advantage of the space and stuff, but it's just not big enough for our church. His church is bigger than that.
Mickey Clark's our pastor, and he's my treasurer for my campaign too.
Oh, yeah, treasurer. I was Stanley's treasurer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, back
Excellent.
in the day.
Yeah.
I didn't. Now that's a job you got to be careful. You know, you got to record if somebody gives you so much money, and
I know.
you can.
That's tedious.
That it really is a big deal.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was a lot more than I.
You can get in more trouble
Ever
than
thought it
it's
was.
ever worth.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people will say, "Here's your $100 for your," and you got to write it down.
Yeah.
You can't just take it like
Yeah,
that.
I told Brent, I
it's-
said, I want to make sure that everything is noted. I'm not taking a dime without it being noted. I don't care if
And it's all going to the campaign.
yes,
and
absolutely. I don't want to get any kind of mess like that.
I wonder how much it costs to run.
Well, the people that I've talked to so far said it's probably going to cost around 50.
50,000. What would you spend that on?
I know.
You'd have shirts and maybe.
You got shirts
Some
and
signs.
signs, yeah, and you got door hangers and mail outs and things like that.
So you're going old school with this election.
Yeah,
with this campaign.
We're hoping boots on the ground as soon as we don't want to start too early going door to door because people forget you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we'll probably be starting that probably in February. So it'll be cold, and so we'll have to do it before it gets dark. People don't want you knocking on their door after dark. So
When is the primary?
May 5th.
So in Bradley County, I'm sure that it's a Republican, I
It
guess.
is,
Yes.
yeah.
So that will probably be the election, I'm guessing,
Probably.
right?
Yeah, probably.
Remember when Francis was running against somebody?
Odell.
Odell.
Yeah, she
ran
ran
against
against
Odell.
Odell. I remember that.
Yeah.
Did he keep her on after
He
that?
did.
He did. I
Yes,
remember that.
He kept her
that
till
was
she
Odell.
retired. That was him. That was him.
That was Odell.
Yeah. He's just a great person
What made him do that?
because he's just a good person.
And if I remember, she was pretty harsh on him during the election.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah, I've heard that about that. But he's just
just
good-hearted.
what he was.
He's just precious.
Well, it's going to be interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Are you nervous?
I'm more nervous to do things like this, to speak in front of people. I know my stuff. It's just getting my nerves down enough that I can speak about it. Stanley Thompson said one time, he said, I'm not a public speaker, but if you ask me questions, I can talk all day. As long as you're asking me questions, I can talk about it.
Stanley is a good speaker.
He is.
He
He's a sweetie.
underrates himself, doesn't
Yeah.
he?
Yeah. He's funny, too.
Oh, he's hilarious. He's hilarious.
He's,
We used to-
he's another good one. He's just a good person.
We used to have so much fun working in that office when he was there. I never see him anymore. When I see him, it's like we hadn't even, we're just back
Skip
where
time.
we were.
Yeah, exactly. Hadn't missed a.
We played the same baseball team.
Okay. Did y'all play for Odell?
No, we were played against Odell.
Oh, okay.
He was the big coach, and
Yeah,
had
he was.
His son was a pitcher.
Dale.
A good pitcher.
Dale. Mm-hmm.
Whatever happened to him?
He's living down there right behind where Odell's house was, down off of Blue Springs Road. He still lives down there.
Are you looking forward to the campaign trail?
I am. We've had so many people to say, you're going to be so wore out going all the time and eating so many pancakes and hot dogs and stuff like that. And we're like, we have 3 kids. We go all the time. So we've been on the campaign trail since March. And we've been telling everybody that we see and telling them to tell their friends and family. So going all the time don't bother us at all. We just met a couple of new people yesterday at the pancake breakfast and found out we was going to be neighbors and, just getting to know people and having that communication and just love for the community. That's our jam.
When Stanley was running, Troy was helping Stanley. I attribute a lot of Stanley winning to Troy's help because Troy was smart on that
Yeah.
stuff. And so we were going down to the Blythe Avenue chili dinner or something.
Yeah.
And Troy said, Stanley, these people already know who they're voting for. You need to go out and knock on doors.
Yeah.
And he was right.
Yeah.
Because, most of them there they already know. It was
Yeah.
mostly just candidates.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you like I said, going the door to door, we're excited about that, especially going out, meeting new people again, knocking on doors. We have no problem talking to people. Love new people. So we're all excited about that. Even the kids, you're like, we'll stand on the sidewalk for you and, hold signs. And we've had so many other people say, we'll wear shirts or you can put a sign in our yard and, we'll stand on campaign day, and hold signs for you. So, we just had such an outpouring of love is what it is, love and support. So yeah, we're excited.
What would you say is the main driving force of you running, rather than just stand there on your job and somebody else comes in and you stay like Paul that stays at Mike's? Why are you running?
The reason I run is because it's more about the people for me. The title searchers that need us to make sure our job is done correct, they help the public. They are searching titles to make sure that house sale goes through, and that makes people happy. People are joyed by that. When people come in, they need people that knows what they're talking about on how to solve their problem, whether they have an encroachment or whether they can't find their deed or exactly, what does my deed say where my pen is? In situations like that, we can pull their deed. We can help them find out exactly what everything our office has to offer. We want to be able to give to them to ease their mind and to let them know that we're here for them. That's my driving force, to be a servant to the people of Bradley County. I've done it for 31 years. That's my passion. That's what God has called me to do, is to be a servant.
It almost goes back to what Joe Goods told you, but expanded.
Yes.
This is important to these people.
It is. It's important to me. And there, as much as Bradley County is growing and expanding, and there are still those, that still lives on the family farm that's been in their house for been on their.
They're not in the real estate business.
They're not in the real estate business. They are the people that needs the love and the understanding and the, hey, come on in here and let me help you figure out what's going on. If they have a new neighbor and they're trying to say their property's theirs, and there's so many scenarios that we help people with. It's just about the people, and to make sure our records are done correctly so they can live their life at ease.
I feel like you're sincere about that. I really do.
I am. I am sincere.
Going back to what Joe Good said, that is so profound.
Yeah.
Put 2 staples in it.
Yeah. It's something
you could use that with about anything, couldn't you?
That's right.
Put 2 staples in it.
Yep.
Metaphorically, that's
Yeah.
what you do.
Make sure you do a good job every time.
Make sure it's secure.
Exactly.
It's important. It's almost like saying it's important.
It is. It is important. It is important.
Put 2 staples in it.
If your mother, if your mother came to me and didn't have you, if a single widow woman comes to me, I want to make sure that I do a good job for her. I want to make sure our records are, if she has to go to court over anything, I want to make sure our records will stand up in court to make sure that she is secure in what she owns and has known all of her life. I want to make sure that she's taken care
And
of.
things do happen, and that's why they have
Of course.
registers. That's why they call it not the Register of Deeds, but some people call it the Register's Office, because you're not just recording deeds.
Correct. That is correct. That is correct. We have power of attorneys. If you have say, if your parents are in the later stages of life and things, and decisions have to be made, banks want those power of attorneys recorded before you can do anything with their finances. It's up to us to make sure that power of attorney is recorded, and if you need copies, you come back to us. We'll give you more copies. So if they need certified copies.
Is there a lot of power of attorneys recorded?
There's several. There's not a ton of them, but mostly the power of attorneys that are recorded are for financial purposes. The healthcare power of attorneys, they usually don't require those to be recorded, but banks like their power of attorneys recorded. Yeah.
Well, I think you'll do a good job.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
I really do.
Tell your friends and family.
So when is the election?
It is May 5th
May 5th.
of next year.
May 5th.
Yeah, the
Well,
early election starts April 15th.
Troy Dixon would really be trying to help you.
He would have a heyday with it. He
would
sure
have a ball.
would.
He would have a ball. I think
He
let's
would.
dedicate this episode to Odell Swap.
Odell Swafford. Thank you.
Great friend of
Yes,
ours.
yes.
Been great.
Yeah.